are the students of Brightland School, Govindpuram, Ghaziabad, and I am Palak Yadav.
Anupriya.
Vansh Chaudhary.
Divyank Goel. Bhavishya Singh.
We are Verbal Lines, and our topic is, which social issue would you solve if given a choice?
The existence of poverty is not the reflection of poor, but of the system that creates them.
Despite the efforts of governments and international organizations, poverty remains the major concern, especially in developing countries.
Poverty is one of the most pressing social issues affecting millions of people worldwide. It is not just an economic issue. It is deeply intertwined with social, cultural and political dimensions. As it is rightly said, a problem well stated is a problem half solved. Therefore, understanding the causes, effect and possible solution to poverty is essential in creating a more just and equitable society. Underdevelopment, unemployment, overpopulation, discrimination, lack of education are some of the major causes of poverty. Let's take a moment and imagine a man named Rahul working as a CA in a well-known company, whereas a poor guy, Atul, who works equally hard but earns only 2 meals a day. Why? Because owing to poverty, Atul did not have access to quality education and therefore he couldn't learn the 21st century skills.
Every 10th person in the world is suffering from poverty. If we specifically talk about India, then India has the highest number of people living in poverty, with approximately 234 million people living below the poverty line. 14.96% of India's population lives in multi-dimensional poverty, whereas 83 million people are those who are living in extreme poverty. If we see state-wise poverty distribution, then Bihar, Jharkhand, Uttar Pradesh are the ones with highest poverty rates. Every problem has solutions. Just the need is to look for them. So, here are some key solutions to break the cycle of poverty in India. Firstly, encouraging economic growth by promoting entrepreneurships and creating jobs. Secondly, investing in infrastructure development. And most important, improving access to quality education and skill development for better paying jobs. And also improving access to quality healthcare services to improve productivity and enhance overall well-being. Eradicating poverty in India is a pathway to prosperity. By doing so, we can unlock a triple win. Firstly, social upliftment. Secondly, boosting the economy. And thirdly, developmental progress. By tackling poverty, we can create a transformative impact on India's society, development and the economy, paving the path for a brighter future.
Imagine yourself in a room with no doors, no windows, no ways to escape. Suddenly, smoke starts to fill in the air. There's water everywhere around you. You start to choke. You scream for help, but no one cares. Can you feel the panic, the helplessness?
Now realize that this room is our earth, and if we continue to ignore these signs, it will soon be a reality.
Environmental changes are no longer a distant threat, but our current reality. The earth is not dying naturally. We are killing it.
So let's discuss about 3 major problems humanity is facing while combating with environmental degradation. First, climate change. It refers to the rising temperatures, floods and droughts which create a shift in the weather pattern. And how can we ignore the emission of greenhouse gases which directly lead to global warming and is also contributing towards climate change? Pollution. It refers to it is a very popular enemy in our fight against environmental degradation. It has multiple faces such as land pollution, air pollution, water pollution and noise pollution, which affect both humanity and ecosystem. Next, we have biodiversity loss. It refers to the decline in the biological diversity of our ecosystem. Generally, this occurs due to the human activities such as deforestation, mining, extraction of iron ores, and several other fossil fuels. One prominent example of extinction of biodiversity is loss of dinosaurs. Now let's discuss and throw some light on the impacts of environmental degradation on human health. Air and water pollution. It consists of a large share of population which are prone to respiratory diseases, lung cancer, and asthma. Let's discuss something about climate change and loss of biodiversity. These both concepts are really underrated but hold high significance in our ecosystem. They are related with food security and global warming in our country.
Taking actions, individual contributions to environmental sustainability. One thing to keep in mind is that every effort matters. Drop by drop, the pitcher fills. Every action we do and every decision we take shapes up the future of the planet. So, we must save energy. Let's go green, follow the 3 R's, and most importantly, spread awareness. Conclusion. We must work together for a sustainable future. Dreaming of a cleaner and greener tomorrow is not just a distant dream, but a shared responsibility. Let's break all the barriers and work together for this sustainable future. Let's choose cooperation over convenience, actions over apathy, and hope over hesitation.
Before beginning, let me ask you something. Do you think our nation will grow if 50% of the population is held back? The answer is definitely no. This gender gap wasn't created overnight. It started early, when a girl was told to be in the kitchen while her brother studied. When boys are told, don't cry, be a man. And girls are told, don't speak too much. Also, privilege is invisible to those who have it. So if you never had to fight to be heard or to be respected, you may not see the problem. But that doesn't mean it isn't there. According to a report by McKinsey, India's GDP could grow by 18 to 27% if gender gap was closed. 68 million women could participate in the workforce. Unpaid care by women sums up to more than 20 lakh crores and yet remains unaccounted. In a country where a girl is raped every 16 minutes. Security isn't a privilege, it's a right. And as the saying goes, you can't fix something you don't measure. And these numbers tell us that we have got a lot to fix. So let me tell you a story about Rahul and Priya. Rahul and Priya both are equally talented. They do equivalent hard work to get into their dream company. Forward 10 years, Rahul becomes an HR manager. But Priya is not in the picture anymore. Why? Was she not good enough? No, that's not the case. So let's rewind a little. Priya avoided doing overtime because it meant facing stalking and eavesdropping in late night. Then came marriage, motherhood, and expectations. So she left her job, but her workplace moved on. Her position was filled. When she returned, her ambition had no place. This is systemic bias. Silent, active, and everywhere. If you really believe in equality, stop asking, why aren't women rising? Instead ask, what is still holding them back? So, what can we do? At home, share posts. At workplace, support women-led initiatives. At school, challenge stereotypes. Vote for a leader who stands for equality. Be the person who notices and acts. Because gender inequality isn't about women's rights. It's about building a better and fairer India. Thank you.